A little bit about myself. Well, I'm a wife, grandmother, avid crafter, nature lover and gardener.
So a little bit about myself is I'm a chef and a baker. I am a disabled Navy veteran and I am a mother of 2 boys. So prior to the pandemic, when everything kind of went sideways, I was a chef and I was looking into doing the private chef business.
In 2020, when the world was turned on its ear, I was a florist. I spent a lot of time working in flower shops, which involves direct contact with the public. When we realized that this pandemic was a big thing and it wasn't going to go away and somehow we had to do something, when the world got shut down, my husband's phone started ringing. My personal instincts were, what can I do? How do I protect myself? How do I protect my family? So I did some research on the internet and discovered how to make a face mask. I went to my craft room and I started sewing face masks.
Once we kind of knew about the pandemic and what was really going on in the world, I was scared as a mom. Obviously we were worried about, how it was going to affect day-to-day life, and it did upset a lot of day-to-day life.
Our families adapted to this with so many different levels. Being a military family, we have family all over the country, from the West Coast to the East Coast and right smack dab in the middle of the country. Our parents are in California. We actually got in an accident trying to drive to California. In order to help our parents do little things around the house because they couldn't get out. We lost my father-in-law during the pandemic. Unable to spend time with him because of restrictions in hospitals and things like that. Our children, 3 of our daughters got COVID, 2 son-in-laws got COVID, and 5 grandkids got COVID. And eventually we got COVID.
My family has adapted to the change to where we spend more quality time together, and my children, they were affected. My oldest son had to go to online learning completely, but my youngest child, he was 3 at the time, and he didn't get to go to preschool and socialize with other children and learn from his peers the way most children do at that age group.
Things are slowly getting back to normal with our family, trying to adapt to the new normal. Kids are finally back in school and learning to adapt, and when they have to wear masks, they have to wear masks. Not so much anymore, but some of the grandkids are back into sports. Some are back at jobs. Our youngest grandchild missed out on preschool, so we've been working with him at home, trying to get him ready for kindergarten this year. Slowly but surely, we're getting back to normal.
New normal for me is basically just kind of being more cautious, even wearing masks, doing your typical PPE or protective equipment, just kind of changing up the routine a little bit. It hasn't changed a whole lot, but just enough to I know I can keep my family healthy.
With being high risk, being a florist, when things started to become a little bit more normal, I chose my circles very carefully. The first few times that I went back into the flower shop on a part-time basis, I had a mask on the whole time. Anytime customers were around, I kept my distance, washed my hands, sanitized my hands extra.
So instead of doing the personal chef, the way the pandemic actually turned a positive was now I'm going to be opening a bakery and gift shop with my mother. And I don't know if that would have come about without the pandemic.
Well, during the pandemic, our focus became on really what is important to us. My husband chose to retire during that time, And my daughter and I began looking at what can we do in order to still have an income and have quality family time together. So we've worked on opening a new business. With this new business my daughter and I are venturing into, she is a chef and I am a crafter. So we have decided that we would open a business that encompasses the two. So we're going to have a bakery and gift boutique.
But I get to now partner with my mom and get to have that time with her. So it's quality time, and we get to kind of learn new things together. It's a different kind of relationship.
A lot of blessings in the situation, and there's obviously a lot of negative in the situation. We've lost a lot of people. People are, I think, learning how to cope, not only with the losses, but with the reality of how do we move forward.
Keep your legs on the pedal. Okay, keep your legs like this. Keep pushing. Look at you go. That's perfect, Milo.